It finally happened. The world has reached a turning point that feels straight out of a sci-fi movie. But this isn't fiction anymore. Across labs, factories, and tech expos, humanoid robots are no longer prototypes locked behind glass. They're walking, talking, and learning faster than anyone imagined. At the center of it all stands Elon Musk's Tesla bot Optimus, the machine that once seemed like a far-off dream, but is now becoming a living, breathing product ready to reshape entire industries. The moment Optimus took the stage at the Tron Ares premiere, you could almost hear the world holding its breath, standing tall, sleek, and eerily human-like. The figure O3 robot mirrored human gestures with unsettling precision, smooth movements, balanced steps, and dexterity that made even engineers whisper, "We're not the future anymore, we're in it." But while Tesla's advancements steal headlines, there's a storm brewing in the East. China, known for rapid manufacturing dominance, is quietly building an army of humanoid machines priced at a fraction of Tesla's. Companies like Fourier, Intelligence, Unitree, and Ubitech are mass-producing agile, low-cost robots that can serve homes, factories, and even front lines. The $3,999 Chinese humanoid models are no longer toys. They're functional assistants that can hold conversations, perform basic household chores, and mimic emotional responses. And that's what's making Elon Musk nervous. Because in a world where manufacturing speed beats innovation, China might not just catch up, it could overtake. But let's rewind. The story of humanoid robots didn't begin with Tesla or China. It started decades ago with Japan's obsession with robotics, from Asimo by Honda to the emotional androids by SoftBank. Japan dreamed of coexistence between humans and machines long before Silicon Valley ever cared. What changed was the introduction of artificial intelligence, the spark that gave these machines brains to match their bodies. Once AI caught up, the robot revolution began accelerating uncontrollably. Now humanoids like 1XS and Figure 03 are showcasing capabilities that go far beyond automation. They are restarting to interact, adapt, and learn autonomously. 1X, backed by OpenAI, is training its robots with reinforcement learning models that allow them to understand their surroundings, pick up objects, and even assist humans intuitively. Figure 03, meanwhile, unveiled its first fully autonomous walk using an AI-powered motion brain, making it one of the most advanced humanoids ever built. At the Tron Ares event, that moment when Figure 03 bent down, picked up a box, and handed it to a human with no pre-programmed instructions, that was history in motion. A year ago, that would have required dozens of code scripts. Now, it's real-time intelligence. Meanwhile, Elon Musk isn't sitting still. Tesla's Optimus project has quietly moved from demonstration to production. The latest version, Optimus Gen 3, is lighter, faster, and shockingly agile. Built with custom Tesla actuators and sensors adapted from the company's autopilot division, this means Tesla isn't just building a robot, it's creating a walking version of its self-driving AI, a full integration of mechanical precision and neural network intelligence. According to Musk, each Optimus unit could eventually cost less than a small car, around $20,000, and could perform nearly any repetitive human task. Imagine an Optimus fleet in Tesla factories, working side by side with humans, assembling cars that will later drive themselves. That's not a concept. It's already happening at select gigafactories. But where Tesla is focused on quality and AI integration, China is focused on scale. The Chinese robotics industry isn't trying to make one perfect robot, it's trying to make 1 million good enough ones. They're rapidly deploying humanoids across logistics, elder care, and retail sectors. That's why so many global analysts are calling 2026 the year of humanoid saturation. And the numbers don't lie. The Chinese robotics market grew by over 50% in a single year. With exports flooding international marketplaces like Alibaba and Walmart.com, you can literally order a humanoid robot with conversational AI for less than a smartphone. That's the kind of disruption that changes economics and geopolitics. The rivalry between Tesla and Chinese robotics companies is only the beginning. There's also 1X Technologies, a Norwegian firm backed by OpenAI. It's developing humanoids designed for physical labor and home support. Their latest model, Eve, uses GPT-based reasoning to follow complex spoken commands. It doesn't just move, It understands context. If you tell Eve, clean up the table and don't move my laptop, it won't make a mistake. That kind of adaptive intelligence is what separates the current generation of robots from all that came before. Figure AI's Figure 03, which recently made headlines by reportedly holding natural conversations with humans, is another example. It doesn't rely solely on programmed responses. It learns social cues, tone, and body language through continuous AI training. Combine this with increasingly human-like motion, and the uncanny valley begins to fade away. People no longer see robots as tools. They're beginning to see them as companions, co-workers, even extensions of themselves. It's thrilling and terrifying all at once. Let's not forget Boston Dynamics, the pioneer that sparked the humanoid revolution years ago. Though once the face of robotics innovation, it now finds itself outpaced by AI-driven models that learn instead of being hard-coded. Even their once viral robot atlas feels outdated next to neural-controlled humanoids that can teach themselves balance or dexterity without explicit programming. The paradigm has shifted. Robotics used to be about mechanical perfection. Now it's about learning and adaptation. The winners of this new race aren't those with the strongest hardware, but those with the smartest software. That's why tech giants like Google, NVIDIA, and Microsoft are pouring billions into embodied AI, artificial intelligence that doesn't just think but moves,
Apps, senses,
and reacts like a human. NVIDIA's latest breakthroughs in real-time simulation are allowing robots to train virtually in photorealistic environments before ever touching the real world. The result? Exponential progress. A humanoid can now learn in 1 week what used to take 6 months. But as the machines get smarter, society is starting to ask uncomfortable questions. What happens to the human workforce when robots become cheaper than employees? What happens when emotional AI becomes believable enough to form attachments? In China, where companionship robots are gaining traction, some sociologists warn of an upcoming digital intimacy crisis, a future where machines fill emotional voids left by real human connections. In the West, ethical debates rage about data privacy, autonomy, and human dignity. Should robots have rights? Should there be laws defining how lifelike a robot can be? Elon Musk himself has warned repeatedly that uncontrolled AI could be humanity's greatest threat, yet Tesla continues to be one of its boldest pioneers. It's a paradox that defines this entire movement, building something powerful enough to change everything, yet uncertain whether it can be controlled. Still, the momentum is unstoppable. Humanoids are marching into workplaces, hospitals, and homes faster than regulations can catch up. In factories, they're assembling components with precision no human can match. In healthcare, they're helping elderly patients move, talk, and eat with safety. In retail, they're greeting customers with smiles that never fade. And for better or worse, they're re-entering entertainment and companionship markets, a space that will blur human-machine lines like never before. The economic implications are enormous. Analysts predict that the global humanoid market could exceed $40 billion by 2030, potentially redefining global labor and manufacturing. Countries that lead this revolution will shape the future economy, just as oil-rich nations once shaped the 20th century. That's why this isn't just a tech story, it's a geopolitical one. Elon Musk's vision is clear: a world where robots handle the dull, dirty, and dangerous jobs, freeing humans for creativity and exploration. His dream of an age of abundance where goods and services are so efficiently produced that scarcity fades might sound utopian, but it's closer than people think. The question isn't whether it's possible, it's whether humanity is ready. Because once humanoid robots become part of daily life, there's no going back. The line between artificial and authentic will blur forever. And as nations race to build the smartest, fastest, and cheapest humanoids, the next global competition won't be for land or oil, it'll be for intelligence itself.